Hello, I am Vishal Parikh. Today we will work on visualization of our data. So we have seen different visualization techniques, but today we are going to cover is how can we work with scatter plot, how can we plot advanced scatter plot, how can we depict groups, and how we can show correlations. So let us first move towards scatter plot. So what is a scatter plot? Why we require scatter plot? So we have seen different visualization techniques. So one of them we have covered was line graph. So why line graph is used? So whenever you want to represent the trends, that means upward and downward trends, at that particular time we use line graph. Then we have seen is bar charts. So whenever we want to represent our discrete values at that particular time, we have used bar charts. So now why scatter plots? So whenever you want to show how your data are clustered, or you want to show the clustering of your data at that particular time, we have to use scatter plot. Now what is the purpose of this scatter plot? So whenever you want to see different types of data patterns, that is how your data is showing or it is depicting at that particular time, we use scatter plot. So next we will see is depicting groups. So usually we have seen there are different axes inside our scatter plots. So we can add another axis inside our scatter plot, which is named as color. So this color is a third axis whenever we are working with scatter plot. So whenever we want to depict groups at that particular time, we have to use axis which is named as color. Now why we use this color? So whenever we want to highlight a particular group from another group, so at that particular time color is the most used or most versatile element that can be used to distinguish it from other groups, and it can be easily represented. Next we will cover is how we can show correlations. So why we require correlations? So sometimes if you observe your data carefully, you can see it is taking some of the directions. So whenever we want to look what direction it is taking inside your data, so at that particular time we have to use correlations. So this correlation again comes into this scatter plot concept. Now the question may arise, why we use correlations when we are having depicting groups? So when we create this depicting groups, so it cannot actually predict the direction in which your data is moving. So whenever you want to clear this, what direction actually it is taking at that particular time, we have to use correlation. So how can we add these correlations? So for adding a correlation, we have to add a trend line. So this trend line will be a line that will be distinguishing your different data inside your output. So how can we see this correlation, how we can plot our scatter plot, and how we can show this depictings of group, we will cover in programming. Now let us work with scatter plot. So the first thing we have to do is import a library, that is matplotlib. So whenever we want to plot any of the graphs, it is required to import matplotlib. So I have imported matplotlib. How? Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and I have used here a line function, that is matplotlib inline. Let us run this. Now whenever we want to plot a scatter plot, so we need to have some of the data. So in this particular approach, I have taken some of the random data, that is the grades that are obtained by different students, and I want to plot this grade history of a particular students. So now what I have done, I have bifurcated these grades into two, that is grades for girls and grade for boys, and then I have specified the range, that is from 10 to 100. Now whenever I want to plot a scatter plot, I need to have a method which is known as scatter. So this is again present inside the matplotlib library. So plt.scatter. Inside this, first I have to specify the range. That means the grades will be from which range. That is minimum is 10 and maximum is 100. Now I want to plot two different scatter plots, that is for girls grade as well as for boys grade. So first I have taken the second argument for girls grade, then I have specified the color in order to bifurcate the grades for boys and for girls. So I have specified a color attribute, and inside this I have specified the color as red, and I have given it label as girls. Similarly, I have taken another data that is for boys, so I have taken the list that is boys underscore grades. I have specified the color as blue, and I have specified the label as boys. Now if you recall, whenever we are using a label attribute, we have to mandatorily use legend attribute. So first I have specified plt.legend, else your label won't get displayed. Then what I have specified, x label, that is your grade range, y label, that is your grades that you have obtained, and I have given the title of the scatter plot, that is grades of students. So let us print and display this particular scatter plot. In order to show this, we are having a method which is named as show, which is present inside this matplotlib library. So let us run this. Now you can see over here are different points. So this is your particular scatter plot. So you can see over here these red points, it indicates that are the different grades that are obtained by girls, and you can observe here is blue dots, these are the grades or the marks that are obtained by boys. So this is a particular layout for your scatter plot. Now second thing we want to see is, right now we have specified only two axes. Now whenever I want to specify the third axis as color, which is known as depicting groups. Now why we are using this depicting groups? Because it makes our visualization easier. So how can we do that? So first what I have done, I have imported NumPy library, that is import NumPy as NP. Then I have used matplotlib library, that is matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Now what I am doing, I am generating some of the random numbers. So first I want to generate 50 random numbers, and I am multiplying it with 5, and I am storing it in a variable that is x1. Similarly, I am taking another random 50 numbers and I am incrementing it by 25. Similarly, I am taking third random axis. Why? Because we want to specify three different axes. So this is your first, second and third. Now what I am doing, I am concatenating it into a axis which is named as x. So for concatenate, we are again having a function which is named as concatenate, which is present inside the NumPy library. Now inside this, if you observe, I have passed my parameter as a tuple, that is x1, x2 and x3. So these we have done for x. Similarly, we have to do for y, because we want to work with our third axis, which is color. So first we need to have x, then we need to have y, and then we have to specify the color. So similarly, I have created for y. The first, that is y1, I have generated 50 random numbers, that is np.random.rand function, it will generate 50 random numbers. Then second I have taken is y2, again 50 random numbers plus 25, and third random number that I am generating is of 25. Again what I am doing, I am concatenating into a variable which is named as y. Now again we are having a method which is known as concatenate, and I have passed my three y variables, that is y1, y2, y3 respectively. So now we are having x axis, that is x, y axis, that is y, and now what I want to specify the third axis as color. So what I am doing, I am creating an color array. So as we know, this color are made up of RGB. So I am specifying blue, I am specifying green, and I am specifying red. And I have taken some of the random multiplication values, that is 50, 50 and 25. That means it is the proportion of which I want to take, that is blue, green and red. Now what I am doing, I want to plot a scatter plot with the color. So the first attribute will be your x axis, second will be your y, The third attribute that I have specified here is S equal to 50. Now what does it indicate? It indicates the size of each and every data points that will be plotted on your scatter plot. Now this another attribute you can see over here is marker, and I have specified here capital D. That means I want to represent this each and every point in the form of diamond shape. So capital D will indicate that I am going to use here is diamond, and I want to specify the color. So for that there is an attribute which is named as C, and I have specified my color array which we have created over here. So now let us plot this particular scatter plot. So here you can see is our scatter plot, which is distinguished in different colors, that is red, blue and green. So this is the proportion of our data or the points whenever you want to bifurcate into different visualization, and it makes our visualization very easier. The next thing that we need to understand when we are working with scatter plot is showing correlation. Now sometimes you want to know that in which direction your data is going. So if we have created this scatter plot with the help of dissecting groups, but you cannot judge that in which particular direction your data is going. So in order to show this, we have to use correlation, and for that we need to plot our outline trend inside our output. So how can we do that? So first of all, what I have done, I have imported the required libraries. So for that I have used NumPy, I have used Pandas, I have used PyPlot, as well as I have make use of PyLab. Now similarly I have to work with different types of data. So again I have considered three different data, that is x1, x2, x3, and I have concatenated this data and stored it in a variable which is named as x. Similarly I have taken y1, y2 and y3, and I have concatenated it into a variable which is named as y. Now again I want to give here is color. So how? Again I have created a color array, that is RGB value color. Now I want to plot the scatter plot. So how can I do this? So for that we are having a method which is named as scatter. Inside this I have to pass my x-axis, y-axis, the size of my each data point. Now instead of diamond I am using here asterisk. So I have make use of an attribute which is named as marker, and I have specified the symbol of asterisk. I am specifying the color, so the attribute is C, and I have given its value as color array. Now what I am doing, I am using polyfit method. That means I want to fit my this particular data points, and I am storing it in a variable that is Z. Whenever I want to show a trend line in the output, I need to first feed that particular data. So for that I am using a method that is polyfit. Now this polyfit method is present inside the NumPy library. Now what I want to do, I want to show my trend line. So for that first I have to use poly1D method. Now what is the use of this poly1D method? So it is used to actually calculate your data points which are on y-axis. Why it is used? It is used to calculate the data points which are actually represented on y-axis. So for that I am passing an attribute that is variable named as Z. So it will take this as a reference and it will calculate the actual data points on y-axis. And now I have stored it inside a variable that is P. Now whenever I want to plot a trend line, I have to make use of PyLab. So I have created its reference variable which is named as PLB. So I want to plot it. So how can I plot it? That is PLB.plot. Now first I have passed is x, and the second parameter I have to pass is y. Now instead of y I want to calculate the actual data points. Now this actual data points is present in P, but I want to take it with respect to x, that is P of x. So what it will do, it will calculate the actual data points that is based on your value of x, and it will plot your data output line. So let us run this. So now you observe over here, you can see this is your trend line. That means your data or the direction of your data is going in this particular fashion. So whenever you want to get the direction of your data at that particular time, we have to make use of correlation. And whenever you want to make your visualization easier and to distinguish it from other points at that particular time, we have to use the concept of depicting groups. So what we have seen in this programming, how we can create a scatter plot, how we can show depicting groups, and how we can establish correlationship and display the output trend line. Thank you.